Static noise. I was so scared I threw my phone away. Who sent this video? Jack, what happened to him? I trembled as I picked up my phone and called back, but no one answered. I did not sleep at all that night. The video told me I needed to finish setting up the bomb shelter as soon as possible. The next day, as soon as I opened my eyes, I went to the shelter to examine it carefully. The humidity was too high. I needed to waterproof it first. I first laid down the heavy tarps, fitting them perfectly across the entire floor, sealing the edges completely with tape. Then I assembled the industrial shelves one by one, set them up against the wall, then used the drill to make holes in the dome ceiling, tied ropes through them, making simple clotheslines to dry clothes later, or smoke food. After the initial setup, I took everything I brought from the company, along with the supplies I bought at the supermarket yesterday, and organized them on the shelves. Looking at the fully stocked shelves, I finally felt at ease, but the most troublesome issue was that the shelter had no electricity. The RV's built-in power supply was just a large power bank. It could not run a freezer, so my plan to stockpile fresh meat failed. I immediately drove to the appliance store, using all my savings and credit. I bought a gasoline generator, 2 large upright freezers, and a dozen spare fuel cans. Then I rushed to the pharmacy and bought everything I could. The RV was packed to the brim. I made several more trips to the gas station to fill up all the fuel cans. Just moving all these supplies into the shelter took me most of the day. I was exhausted to the point of collapse. With electricity and freezers, I felt more confident. The next stop was the supermarket. I pushed the largest shopping cart and grabbed things frantically until I could barely close the trunk. At least for the short term, I should not have to worry. But gathering supplies was only the first step. True survival depended on modifying my RV. The thing in the video was incredibly aggressive, easily overpowering an adult man. The RV's steel panels were tough, but who knew if they could withstand an attack? I had to reinforce it. I drove the RV to a modification shop.
This is both anti-collision steel plate and specially reinforced glass. The modification is quite challenging.
The staff member looked hesitant. I scanned the payment code on the door and transferred $10,000 directly.
Is it okay now?
We will work overnight on this for you. You can count on picking up the car tomorrow morning.
Before leaving, I pointed to a batch of oil drums in the corner.
Boss, is this for sale? I need 10 of them.
Alright, I will give you the cost price. I will help you load it into the car right away.
On my way back, I also bought a fire axe and tools. Even though my combat ability was 0, I still needed some weapons for self-defense. Looking at the mountain of supplies in the shelter and the new freezers and generator, I finally felt a sense of security. While waiting, I opened the college alumni group chat. Scrolling up, I found that people had been talking as early as a month ago about a foreign company hiring at high salaries to research a new biological technology. A senior student had posted a screenshot of an experimental document. In the experiment, the samples could mutate. There were 2 categories. One was acute onset. Those exposed would quickly lose their minds. The second category had an incubation period. In the experiment records, the lab mice were lively and active for 48 hours, only then suddenly falling ill. This meant that in the early stages of the outbreak, any seemingly normal person around you could be a latent carrier of the mutation. What should I do?